All right, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to go through another article about the IRS and taxes. And so before I jump into this, my name is Robert Wolf. I am with Terra Firma Business and Financial Consultants. I'm an asset coach and tax strategist. And if you've seen our channel before, then you know our content is about you, the small business owner, and we're focusing on what we call the 5 economic termites. And they are taxes, inflation, time, laws and regulations, and debt. The first 4 are written in my book here, Economic Termites. And what we want to focus on is these articles that are being written to communicate to how regulatory bodies, how lawmakers are deciding on how to run our country. But how does that affect you and I as business owners? So what we do is these articles is we read between the lines. We want to talk about what's being said. How does this affect you? So you as a business owner know what steps and decisions you need to make to decide on how you're going to run your business and grow your wealth. At the end of the day, that's what we're doing and focusing on. So if you like what you hear, give us a thumbs up. If there's anything you want to hear us do articles and videos on, please put that in the comment section and we'll go ahead and do this. The channel's about you. We want to make sure that we provide you enough information to run your business. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the little gray bell so you get updated on content as we add it. So without further ado, let me dive into this article here and let's go through this. So there's a new tax rule for U.S. small business owners, and what are we going to make of it? Okay, and so the IRS will look into digital payment service accounts for small businesses, freelancers, and independent contractors. So let me make this very clear first of all. If you are a sole proprietor, meaning that you have not set up a business entity. What is a business entity? You can check out some of our other videos, more detail, but at the end of the day, a business entity is a corporation, whether it's a C corporation or an S corporation, an LLC, a partnership. Those are the business entity structures, okay? Now, if you do not have one of those, then you're a sole proprietor. Okay, and so if you do not have a separate bank account for your business, you are running your business as a hobby. Therefore, the IRS does not view it as a business. Okay, very important distinction. Now, if you are commingling business money and expenses with personal money and expenses, that's why you need to separate it out with the separate business account. Okay, do yourself a favor. Do that if you haven't. That is going to be main topic here in this article and conversation. Okay, so buried in the American Rescue Plan Act of 2011. Okay, so this was a while ago, just coming out now, 10 years later, is a change that will affect millions who use digital payments. Well, what is that? Well, the new tax rule will impact millions of small business owners in 2022. So, what is that? Well, suppose you're a small business owner, a freelancer, okay, where you get paid from a digital payment service provider such as PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, or Cash App, or anything similar. See, any other third-party settlement provider that is different than you getting a check from a client, okay? If you're accepting credit cards on your behalf, putting money into your bank account. Now, if it's your individual bank account, that's what I was saying earlier, make sure you separate and create a business account. Those payments were for goods and services that you sold to customers. It was previously up to you. Make sure that you're reporting that income on your tax return. Now, first of all, any income you receive, you should be reporting. Cash or anything other than that. You need to be claiming all income on your tax return. But beginning this year, 2022, if you're receiving more than $600 total during the year, which the majority of you are, regardless of how many customers are paying, your payment service is required to report that amount to the IRS. Okay, more than likely, you will also receive some, sort of documentation from your service provider at the end of 2022, letting you know what these incomes are and that they were reported to the IRS. You should be reporting those amounts as income anyway. Okay? Make sure, do not lie, do not cheat, do not deceive the IRS and or government. Do yourself a favor and just be above board. Okay? But the reality is there's over 30 million small businesses, freelancers, sole proprietors, business contractors in the U.S. Okay. Now, if you're a business entity, what I was saying earlier, C Corp, S Corp, LLC, partnership, then, and you are running your business and the cash payments are being sent to your business account, your bookkeeping is already accessing those deposits as revenue. Okay. So let's make that distinction. Let's see here. Okay, if my client base is any indication, many of them who receive a number of small payments from many customers throughout the many years, forget particularly if it's also a case. Well, small transactions, again, this is why you really need to have a separate bank account so you don't have to try to figure out what's a large and small transaction. It's key that you have a separate bank account. Separate church and state, so to speak, okay? Your personal and business liabilities need to be separated. That's what you set yourself up as a business entity. Now, whether you're selling a product or a service on Amazon, Etsy, eBay, or craft shows face-to-face, it really doesn't matter. You're going to receive a 1099-K after January 31st, 2023 from your service payment provider. Okay, that's what I was saying earlier. They're going to send you a report of what they reported to the IRS. So if you're not claiming this, guess what? You're going to have an issue. You're going to cause yourself to get audited. All right. The IRS has algorithms that focus on this. This is why they're setting this up. Okay. Now, how do these services know that the purchases were made for goods and services and not just payment from a friendly family member? This is why you need to have a separate business bank account. Okay. That's important. Most of them are adding an extra form during the payment process to the taxpayer to identify the nature of the payment. So the provider is going to have some kind of indication. Don't rely on the provider to dictate what was business or personal. This is why I want you to have a separate bank account. Have your business bank account. You determine what's personal and business, and allow your service provider documentation to support that. Okay, this is your money, it's your business, it's your tax return. Okay, so you need to be responsible and accountable to that. You can also expect more questions this year of your payment service provider. So they're going to ask you this information. Why? Well, because they have to report to the IRS, so they don't want to misreport. And think about how many transactions PayPal does, right? I think they just surpassed Visa and MasterCard. Okay, so it's a lot. Don't rely on them to do all this work for you. This is your money, it's your business, it's your taxes. Okay, so you need to make sure that you're answering their questions, be proactive, document, and report. Okay, now this is going to help you meet your obligation to the IRS and ensure that you will be able to continue using your account and access to PayPal and Venmo. So what's going to happen is that if you don't address some of these questions that these service providers ask you, if you ignore them, guess what they're going to do? They're just going to kick you off the platform, because they're going to be held liable and responsible. If they're reporting to the IRS, they're being held responsible. So they don't want little old you to try to affect them and cause them to have millions of dollars in penalties paid out because you didn't answer questions. So they'll just kick you off. It's well worth it for them to do that. Okay. Now, there will be some overlap. If you are an independent contractor working for a company and you receive more than $600 via payment service, and you'd like to get both a 1099 and miscellaneous from the company, a 1099K from the payment service, the situation, you'd use the amount of the 1099 miscellaneous, assuming now, you'll need to talk to your tax professional about this, okay? So please do not use this article, this video to determine what you need to do. You need to talk to your professional tax person on how to address this and what makes the most sense for you, okay? But you just need to have the documentation. All right, so let's see. The government will do this. Well, nothing bad. The government's not going to do anything bad other than make sure that you're paying the taxes you need to pay. So according to the IRS, the data collected will be used to taxpayer education, outreach, product services. No, at the end of the day, what do they want? They want to make sure you're paying your taxes. And if you're not, they're going to create education and teach you how to pay your taxes and why you need to. All right. So at the end of the day, this is important for you. It's your business, your revenue. You decide on what makes sense for you. Okay. Now for the 2022 tax year, you should consider the amount shown on your 1099-K when calculating gross receipts for your income tax. PayPal warned. IRS will be able to cross-reference both your reports and yours. So the PayPal's reports and your reports. Okay. So again, make sure you're focusing on your business. Make sure you're focusing on things that you need to do. Treat your hobby as a business. Your business does not be treated as a hobby. The IRS helps you as a business owner. If you treat your hobby as a business, you'll get business benefits. If you treat your business as a hobby, you're going to get hobby benefits, which there are no benefits other than paying more taxes than you need to. Okay. If that's what you want to do, fantastic. Pay more taxes than you need to. But just know, you're not going to get a thank you card. There's not going to be a smiley face on your tax return. And there's not going to be a gold star sticker sent to you. Okay. So you're responsible for your taxes. Run your hobby as your business and your business as a business, not a hobby. So if you like this, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, add some comments here, and we look forward to supporting you with other content from our channel. Feel free to share with us, share our channel with other business owners. We'd love to find out what other content you need. So comments in the comment section are helpful for us. Thanks so much. Have a great day.